Coverage you can count on continues. With Storm Team 10 meteorologist Everett Lau.
Well, look at these shimmering waters and blossoming trees. It's been a beautiful day across the Wabash Valley, a bit on the breezy side though, as you can tell by that water. News 10's Caleb Bryant got this video for us from Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology's campus earlier today. The turtles out there sunning themselves on this sunny afternoon. Again, we had just some breezy conditions. That's really been the only downside to today, and it's still breezy out there. The wind coming out of the west-northwest. Now it is going to settle down a little bit as we get into the overnight hours, especially after sunset. But in the meantime, we still have a 22-mile-per-hour wind in both Paris and Vincennes, 21 in Terre Haute, and a 14-mile-per-hour wind in Linton. That's the sustained wind. We've seen wind gusts much higher than that today. 45-mile-per-hour wind gust up at the airport in Mattoon, 40 in Paris, 38 at the airport around Lawrenceville, and 36 in Washington, 35 for the peak gust here in Terre Haute. So definitely been breezy, but now our attention is turning to some cooler air that's going to be spilling into the region after we get past tomorrow. So we have one more warm day, but then that cold front's going to come through, and that's going to bring us a chance for showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon and evening. And behind that, the cool air settles in. We'll be dropping with highs into the 50s and overnight lows dipping into the upper 30s. So we are going to be monitoring the potential for frost as we head into the weekend. As we look at the Storm Team 10 storm tracker right now, a lot of clouds still off to our north. There's an area of low pressure centered up there. We dodged out on the storms today. They moved through eastern Indiana and across Ohio, where you can still see some active warnings in that area. But for us locally, just dealing with a great deal of sunshine, the storm system that's going to impact us is still well off to our west across the Great Plains. So as we go through the evening hours, not going to have any issues tonight. In fact, we'll keep a mostly clear sky. We'll see temperatures drop down to around 50, so it's going to be a cool night, but could be a lot worse. As we get into the day tomorrow, we'll start off with sunshine, so a mostly sunny start to Thursday, but then clouds will be increasing as we get into the afternoon. Most of the day does look dry, so if you have any outdoor plans, the first half of the day you'll be just fine. But as we get into the evening hours, you can see Futurecast bringing these showers and thunderstorms across central Illinois. Timestamp here is 6 o'clock. Now, the greatest threat for some of those storms is going to be in southwestern areas, and some models push this even farther to the southwest, but anywhere from Mattoon, Casey to Vincennes, and so we have the greatest chance to see some of those thunderstorms as we get into tomorrow evening. Those slide through. Area-wide, we still have a chance for rain as this front slides through. And this is going to be 9 o'clock, but notice how quickly this moves through. By midnight, most of the rain out of the area will just be left with more breezy conditions and some cloud cover as we head into the first part of Friday. But then Futurecast clears out the sky quite a bit as we get into the day on Friday, so expecting some sunshine to finish up the work week, but it will be a lot cooler on the backside of that front with a high on Friday only around 60 degrees. So as we look at the storm outlook from the Storm Prediction Center for the daytime tomorrow, most of the Wabash Valley in a slight risk, that's level 2 out of 5, but our southwestern counties are in an enhanced risk, which is level 3 out of 5. So that's where we're seeing the greatest potential for some of those storms. That's where they'll have most of their energy to feed off of. So that threat extends even down towards St. Louis. So those are going to be the areas we monitor closely. There's still some wiggle room. We're about 24 hours away, so be sure to tune in tomorrow as we fine-tune that forecast, because this system could shift just a little bit. But behind that, we're all going to be noticing the cooler air that's going to sink behind that. As I mentioned, down to 60 tomorrow, or down to 60 on Friday, 80 degrees for the high tomorrow. And then as we get into the weekend, we'll be in the upper 50s for daytime highs, and those overnight lows both Saturday night and Sunday night dipping into the upper 30s. So we will watch for the potential for a little bit of frost. So many might consider this dogwood winter because the dogwood trees are blooming. So as we look at temperatures right now, still pretty nice. If you want to step outside this evening, we're in the 70s for most. Brazil checking in at 68 right now, at 76 in Newton and Robinson, 70 in Paris, and currently 79 down in Vincennes, 78 in Washington and Lagodi. As for the overnight hours tonight, we'll drop down to 50 under a mostly clear sky. It will be breezy still, especially through the evening hours with wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour. But as we get past sunset, and especially as we get into the night, that wind will settle down a little bit. Not as breezy tomorrow, but it will be another warm day as those clouds move in. 80 degrees for the high, with those showers and thunderstorms developing late in the afternoon and going into the evening. And then tomorrow night, a breezy night once again, a little bit cooler. We'll see temperatures dropping into the upper 40s as those showers and thunderstorms start to come to an end. Those wind gusts could be as high as 25 miles per hour. And as we look at the 7-day forecast, you see the cooler air that spills in behind that will drop down into the upper 50s, which is just a little below average. Average for this time of year is around 64 degrees, so a couple cooler days with those overnight lows dropping into the upper 30s. Probably come down to how much cloud cover we have if we have to worry about frost. Then we see another chance of rain as we get into next Tuesday with temperatures climbing back into the upper 60s.